Alright guys, here I am back with the mono order aggro. I'm just going to do a quick run through of the deck. We have 8 1-drops. These are the best non-synergistic 1-drops we have in order available to us, so those are the ones we're running. We have 8 2-drops between the Temple Guard and the Stilnor Innkeeper. This we run because it can really run away with the game if it's not dealt with early. It does have that protected effect, and we can get some shield emblems on it through either the Sentry of the Light or through our skill shrine being the Soldier's Memorial. We do run several soldiers through the Steelhost Spearman, through the Innkeeper, and through the Elite Vanguard. So we do have some ways of loading that up, or we can, and another Temple Guard itself, or we can ignore that plan, just use these for levels if that's not working out for us. We also run Reincarnation Spirits because they're good cards, and along with those, we do have some fast damage through the Alabaster Dragon using the Reincarnation Spirits. We are running some removal just in case. We're running the Holy Radiance, just a 2 of. Arrow Barrage is very good. We have 4 of those. And in case there's any big, thick things we need to get through, there's also 2 Ray of Righteousness. For removal, as well as getting through as well as going through our deck, I should say, we're running 4 Fate's Touch, just because it's an excellent card. We do have a low shrine count in this deck, so we're going to DO often to make sure that we can keep our shrines moving. Alright, and in queue for the first game. And we've got a game. Excellent. I think we've played Ravager a few times. They seem to be on pretty consistently. I have a 1-drop and a 2-drop, so I'm very happy with this hand. Given that it's got the double Temple Guard, I'm kind of tempted just to coin out the Temple Guard initially, and I am going to do that. I should say Spark when referring to it in this game. Now, if he does have removal for that, it needs to be non-targeted, which is rarer. Additionally, the coming turn, I can either Sentry of the Light or just do a second one. Now, he did have the non-targeted removal there. Does he have the second one? Let's find out. Now, for the next turn, I'm still looking at the Sentry. I still think that can be good. I'm also looking at the Fate's Touch. I think that can be good. I'm less interested in the Holy Radiance because I also have the Arrow Barrage, and I think the Arrow Barrage is the better thing there. I did not realize I had the Valley in my hand. Oh, I'm playing terribly. It's okay that the deck is taking care of me at this stage. This is a pretty good draw. He happens to have had the answer both times, but it's still not a massive issue. Here we go. I probably should have Divine Offeringed there at first, but I do have 2 soldiers in the graveyard, so I'm not too fussed about that. All right, and we can finally start to do some things. Now, I do have 1 Fate's Touch already that I can look at cycling. I'm definitely going for the draw here with the Shrine. Which of these do I want to get rid of? So these sentries are going to be lower and lower impact as the game goes on. Now, he might have a Pacify open here. So what I'm going to do is I actually don't want a Sentry of Light this, but I might want to Fate's Touch it. Just depending on exactly the likelihood of removal. So they've skipped their opportunity to have input here, so now I get to Fate's Touch that, and that's not a bad result for me. I'm going to Sentry of the Light as well. I'm going to spread my tokens here. I'm going to toss... Arrow Barrage is so useful. I'm going to toss the Sentry of the Light because, again, I don't think it's going to see as big a card impact as it would have as a turn 1 play. I think having the 4-4 and the 1-2 as spread threats is more relevant here than having a 5-5 and a 0-1 as well. Okay, and here's Arrow Barrage really just being excellent for me. I should do the Shrine first, so I will. Alright, now this isn't too bad. I am going to, of course, use that as a Shrine now. That's another reason why we do run the Fate's Touch and why we're happy to run with only 16 shrines, including the Valley, where typically in a deck you'd get away with only 17. The 4 of Fate's Touch does give us some maneuverability around that number. Ravage is now down to 11, so we are starting to get within kind of your reach area. So I have 5 on board here, and I've got enough mana that I can take that last level for that Hermelion Tireless March there. So if I were to Tireless March with the board as it is now, as I'm speaking, he would be on 1 health left. I usually wait until they're on 0, but just to see what's happening. With that Holy Radiance down, it might just be worth doing that. Or in fact, I might have lethal if... I don't think I need that. Okay, so there's a chance that there's still a pacify here. So I'm going to attack first. This just gives me the most options. Okay, so I get to attack first. That's great. Then I'm going to do the Soldier's Memorial. That gives me Hermelion. I'm going to use this on this. Excellent. Going to Tireless March for 2. Bup and bup. And swing in again. And good game. Little bit of a mistake there with that early Divine Offering. But I think that's roundabout how the deck should play. So, well done to me. Ooh, we have a game. Excellent. All right, against Kapai. Here I have a 2-drop, which can be a 1-drop. I have a 2-drop, which can be a 2-drop. And then I have a 3-drop and a 3-drop. So I'm quite happy with this hand. Again, the Temple... Oh, why did I press draw again? I'm even happier with this hand, though, because I can go 1, 2, which is still very nice. In fact, 1, 2, 3 works excellently. I don't see me using this soon, so I'm going to run as an order level for the moment. I'm going to run out the Spearman first, because it does have that nice speed advantage early. Now, having the Spirit already, I kind of want to keep at least one dragon in hand. I don't know if the Ray of Righteousness is going to be useful anytime soon, so I'm happy to toss that. And here we go. I've got the Valley to toss next turn. So we do run 2 of the Soldier's Memorial, with the expectation that we probably are going to use at least one of them for a level. Cool, that's fine. It's not the best thing we could have hoped for, but it's fine. I'm just going to quickly toss that Valley away as well. There we go. Fantastic. So no point in attacking. Just gets blocked, so we'll happily end the turn there. Now we do see Order. We know that it's a Wisdom hero, so we're expecting Order Wisdom. He does have that Angel effect, so the Triangelica, the Celestial Prophecy. So I definitely want to, in some ways, be playing somewhat of a removal game when the Angels do come down. So I really want to look for my Arrow Barrages. Maybe I should have kept my Ray of Righteousness, but even then, I'm still pretty happy with the choice to toss it. Okay, so now that survives, except it won't when I use my Sentry, so that's okay. The other option is that I go for the Elite Vanguard, which is stronger. So I'm just going to start with tossing that Valley. Do I ever want a Soldier's Memorial? I have 1 soldier, I have a 2nd soldier. If I want it, I should start using it soon. I doubt anything of mine is going to die particularly soon, given what I've seen, so I'm going to skip it for now. I think just removing what's on the board is the strongest thing I can do at the moment. I wouldn't mind using this Fate's Touch to buff instead of the Sentry, just because it uses my full mana and it does get that cycle going. So I am going to take the order level here. I'm going to put everything... Let's maybe reorder that. I'm going to put everything into that relic. I'm going to declare my attack. Now he has priority. Priority comes back to me. I put a Might Emblem on this one. And excellent. Quite happy with that play. Got 2 cards for no cards. That's pretty good. I am interested again in taking card draw where it does happen. So where the Fate's Touch do come, I do want to use them. There it was also just more efficient mana usage. Okay, so that's that gone. That took him an Arrow Barrage for, let's call it, I guess, given I used the Fate's Touch, let's call it a 2-drop maybe. Maybe it's a 2.5 drop. But comparatively low investment into that. Alright, we do have the Elite Vanguard. This can already swing in for 2. I'm not feeling pressured to use the Dragon on it. In fact, I'm going to toss one of these. Fantastic. Always love missing. I do expect to miss a lot in this one, though, so that's a fair enough thing to happen. Just going to swing in for my 2, and then I'm going to play a Vanguard. The other option is to Temple Guard and then Sentry, which is close to being good. Like, if I Temple Guard Sentry, that Temple Guard's already got that Might Emblem on it. He needs some very specific removal. In fact, I've talked myself into it. Now, the reason this is so strong is, of course, because this is protected. The reason I run Might Emblems in this deck is for this Temple Guard. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother running Soldier's Memorial at all. So if this Temple Guard can start chipping in for 3 a turn, even if there is a board clear, this will survive a board clear. He also runs Temple Guard. Now, luckily, I happen to have some answers to that. Let's see if I can get Not the Valley. Ooh. Now, here's a common play I will make. I'm happy to be behind on this so that I can keep DOing throughout the game without worrying. So, knowing that, I'm going to continue knowing that. Instead, I'm going here to Cavalry Field Captain onto this. That's going to be sent in against the 3-1, and both of these are going to be going face. So 1 damage that's temporary works really well on what was otherwise a not particularly useful card there, and we're just going to end. Now I'm going to fall behind in ability to develop, but I do already have the board. So I'm not hugely concerned on that front, just because I have skipped 1 turn of using a shrine. Okay, I certainly want that to die. It's really annoying that it's there. I just want to be searching for even more removal as I go, but support line from the Arrow Barrage, that's an excellent usage of that card. I'm very happy with that. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I get to swing in for, which is quite excellent. Now there is a question here. Is it worth, on this board, playing the Steelhost Spearman? I think yes, because with the 1 extra damage, let's say both of these get removed, this one maybe doesn't, Bup and Bup is enough to kill him using the hero power Tireless March. So I feel really good about this game at this stage. Next turn I can double Elite Vanguard if I need to. There's a lot of nice plays here. He's just got a 2-2 there. Oh, didn't have anything you wanted me to discard. What a shame. Alright, so here I'm actually going to hold this. I'm going to have a quick think about what I want to do. I want to send everything to the dome. Now, for him to heal 2, he actually needs to be able to block something. So if he wants to chuck one of these away on that shield emblem, that's excellent to me, but he can't heal 2 currently. I don't know if that works. That does work. Well, he did manage to heal for 1 then. Which is alright, because now, here's the tricky bit. Order level, pay up to 3, 1, 2, 3. And now I know that about shield emblems. You'd think I would have learnt that. I've probably learnt it and forgotten. But here we are, just with that final push. Excellent, that's 2 games in today. And they've really represented what this deck can do, which is excellent. A little while. Oh, a game. Never mind. Here we go. We've got one. Delmar, here we are. Let's do it. Alright, so with this deck, I'm happy with the 1-drop. I'm happy with the 2-drop. Arrow Barrage is amazing, and I'll probably get rid of the Ray of Righteousness, so I'm going to keep that hand that I have there. Alright, so Soldier's Memorial isn't particularly useful yet, so I'm just going to use that on the level, because I do run 2 of those, and I'm going to do my turn 1 play, and that makes it nice and easy. So this is my 3rd game of the day. Alright, and again, we're just going to play out the curve, because this is kind of what the deck is designed for. That Temple Guard is a really nice draw. Definitely going to play the Temple Guard over the Innkeeper here. Gonna probably toss, we're going to toss that Ray of Righteousness. I might need it later, but for the moment, it's just a bit early. I do only run it as a 2-of, so there is potential there that you wouldn't necessarily want to get rid of it if you do think you're going to rely on it later. I'm not 100% what they're playing yet. So I'm happy to say I want to be proactive in my game plan, and that's not, whereas these can be quite soon. So I would definitely want to keep these, and this is more premium removal. Alright, so I have a second Temple Guard there. He does look like he's running life gain, which can slow me down a little bit. It does mean I might need to play a longer game. At either rate, I'm definitely going to mana. I'm definitely going to swing in with everything. And then I'm going to set up, so I want a second Temple Guard. Temple Guards can just run away with the game, especially with these sentries putting shield emblems on them. Now, I would consider going for another shrine. This deck does run only 16, so having 2 in your hand can be useful just for that backup, but I do have the Fate's Touch there as well. Now, with both of these up, I am planning on probably using an Arrow Barrage. Steel Note Innkeeper only helps that, and the Fate's Touch does cycle. This isn't the best card in my deck, so I'm happy to get rid of it at this stage. So that's a good pickup. Using the Arrow Barrage here I think is my best play, and given that, my instinct would be to draw here, but once I've used the Arrow Barrage, I have 3, 6, 7 damage coming in, so preparing to use the Hermelion Hero Power later could be a better play. And then if I do that, then perhaps the Fate's Touch is a better play in the immediate, just to get rid of that and swing through because that's a slave. Which is what I'm going to do. So I put the Weakness Emblem here, just to get rid of it. I swing in with everything. I don't think I want the 3rd Temple Guard here, so I am going to get rid of that. If I do need to discard something else, I will discard this Reincarnation Spirit. I don't think that was there at the time. I think I just drew that. I hope I just drew that. Otherwise, I definitely made a mistake on the discard. But this should be fine. And now I'm threatening to be able to use that Tireless March on 2 creatures next turn, which is really why I wanted to go with the play that got the extra level there. Having the Arrow Barrage still available as well, that left a comparatively small amount up. He still couldn't block, so it was a still fine removal. This way, this can still be competent removal for everything else. And it hasn't happened that way this particular time, but I think that was still worth preparing for. Now, I can't block this. It is going to be a good trade for him, but I'm not too fussed about it. He's effectively on 9 health at this stage with that shield emblem there and the Lifebound. If it didn't have the shield emblem, I could just Arrow Barrage, but unfortunately, this is how it is currently. There is an argument between Reincarnation Spirit or Alabaster Dragon or Arrow Barrage here. So I'm happy if he blocks, because that's going to take away his shield emblem, and then I'm just going to swing in anyway. And then I probably put the dragon down, because that's a 3-3, which can beat the 2-2 without the shield emblem. So I'm going to keep this as a blocker in case I need it, because there's no point in attacking with the 0-1. This is fine, emblem for emblem. He doesn't heal from it, which is excellent. And then I'm going to play that dragon just naturally from hand. That's a shame, but it does shock when it dies, so that's great. So this isn't going to be able to attack this turn, or next turn, or block. So that's effectively dealt with, hopefully, until the game ends. Now, I have 3, 4 damage. I don't believe there's anything he can do with just 1 mana there to stop me. So I'm going to, again, save this as a blocker just in case, but 3 and 4 into the face. Excellent. And because I have that 2nd level, I can now go up to my 3rd level, use the Hermelion ability. I will pay up to 3. I'll pay for all 3. Probably didn't need to. And we'll attack through. And again, pulling that back, just in case this doesn't work for some reason. I'm pretty sure there's no 1 mana thing that can save him, but, you know, just making sure. And there we go. Oh, we got a game. Fantastic. Here we are. Against I don't know man. So I'm seeing Advanced Ash. This is probably a control deck based off that. I have a 1-drop, I have a 2-drop, I have a 3-drop. This is perfect. I'm going to keep this hand. Again, I run 2 Soldiers Memorial, so very happy to just toss that away in pursuit of something else. Good chance that I'd be interested in turn 1 Temple Guarding using this Spark of Initiative. I will want to Divine Offering here anyway. I kind of like having the dragon with the spirit, but I have time. The Vanguard's just going to be so much sooner than that. Here we go. And look, I'm just going to go for it. Protected can be so strong against Rage decks, so I think that's just a really good play at this stage of the game. I might get punished for it, but hey, I might not. Wouldn't that be fun? All right, and here comes that might not. So at this stage, very happy with just taking the draw. Holy Radiance I actually like better here than using the Sentry, so I'm going to Holy Radiance, get rid of that. and swing in for 3. Sometimes these early jabs can be really quite important, so very happy to start getting this in now. I have 2 shrines. Do I want a third? Kind of really like the way this hand is going, and the Fate's Touch will let me see an extra draw, so I'm happy with it now. Now for the coming turn, I do need to decide whether I value the Soldier's Memorial as a skill shrine or as a level. I expect to have at least 1 usage, probably 2 usages, and that might be good enough. Alright, I did end up getting that extra shrine. So look, I can delay that choice till later, because here I want to play the Spirit anyway. I don't believe there's any instant speed things that can kill this because it does have Protected. So he'd need something AoE like Snowstorm, and is that instant speed? I don't think it is. Alright, the 3 connects. I am of course just going to play the Reincarnation Spirit here. When I do have some time, I am really looking to put this onto my Temple Guard. Okay, Spirit dies instantly. That's essentially expected, but that's okay. It did let him use some mana from the end of his turn, so maybe it was more productive in my hand, just leaving it there, but I don't think that that's necessarily the case as well, because it is stronger coming from the graveyard again. Alright, I'm expecting that I will have enough soldiers to use this, so I'm not going to put that in the order level. I'm going to swing first. So he's got 4 open mana here. It's likely that he has some type of removal in hand, right? Now I want to force him to use his removal on other threats, and then hopefully be able to get the Soldier's Memorial going with a soldier already in the graveyard. I'm going to put this on here for the Shield Emblem. Again, I really do value that. And I'm happy with this. I don't want more shrines in hand with such a small hand. Now, I suspect he has removal for my Elite Vanguard, and I'm very okay with that, because this has already got 3 swings in. All he needs is 4 more. Okay, so that's really unfortunate, but, you know, here's the payoff, right? So, instantly, I'm going to go ahead, Champion's Honor, pop that on there, get rid of that Vanguard, back to the deck, and using my mana most effectively here, I'm also going to bring back that Reincarnation Spirit. So that Fire Blast, a little bit painful. But look at this. That's got its token back. It's got its Shield Emblem back. So this is going really well for me. He might have a Cannonade or something that can target my Reincarnation Spirit as well. Potentially a Snowstorm, anything like that. But this Shield Emblem it's going to protect me, which is excellent. And the Fate's Touch being here is really nice to help with that as well. Now, eventually I do need to be concerned. He's entering his mid-game. He's going to start getting Phoenixes, that type of thing. That's not too bad. Shifting Alright. I wonder if he'll keep it as a blocker. The only benefit at the moment is it has Swift. It will die to Fate's Touch, so perhaps I want to use this for removal. It's hard to say. I never want to swing twice. I am going to go ahead and remove that with Fate's Touch. It's just such a good lineup. I am going to go ahead and swing. And I'm going to Vanguard. And Steelhost Spearman. You know what? It's a soldier, but I've already got a soldier that might die. I'm going to send this back because it's the least impactful of the cards in my hand. Innkeeper can be really good if he drags out a Phoenix. So if a Phoenix does end up coming out from I don't know man, then we want to be able to deal with that. And the Stupefy just makes it easier. We're still going to use 2 cards to destroy 1, but at least I get a body in play with this, you know, that type of thing. Now, the good news here is that even though there's this big clear coming down next turn, did he just hit himself? Is that what happened? All right. Oh, that was a fast match. All right, here we go. Against Melfix. I have 1 drops, I have 2 drops, I have 3 drops. I am happy. I don't see me... Well, I might use that. Look, I might want it, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to toss the Sentry because it doesn't fit my curve, and it's the least strong card. I maybe should have kept it for the Temple Guard, but I'm in some ways expecting that I'm going to be able to get these Might Emblems turned into Shield Emblems through the Soldier's Memorial instead of requiring the other card there. Melfix not revealing any secondary colors yet. Definitely going to play the Temple Guard. Hope it's going to run away with the game like it did last time. I'm going to toss that Innkeeper. Again, it's the lowest value card at the moment. I don't really know the opponent's plan. It's probably a control deck because it's got Tempting Lure, but I don't know what secondary color it has. All right, Rage Dominion. Running Shamans, fantastic. And just going for the trade, excellent, because that's such a high value card in a Shaman deck, right? So the fact that that is going into my 2-drop, great. I'm really not fussed about that at all. I'm going to toss 1 Vanguard here, because I'd prefer to have the option of the buff. And I enjoy the flexibility having an Arrow Barrage offers me. Now, worst comes to worst next turn, I will use this for a level, because I definitely need to take a level next turn. $56, $57, $58, $59, $60. He's running 61 cards. 52, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Why is he running? I don't know. Fantastic. I will take that. I will play that. I will swing in. All is well. That's fine. Trade. Do it. Yeah. I really thought they'd trade with this guy, but I'm actually even happier with that trade because that just gives me another playable card. So this is going excellently. Order Rage Dominion. This requires 2 Dominion levels, so I wonder what they're splashing for to justify that. This game is getting interesting. So I want to keep this out of range of the 3 damage, which is the common threshold for Fireball, Fire Blast, that type of thing. And then I'm going to swing in. That's why I put that on the 3-3 instead of the 1-1. Or, well, I mean, it could have gone on the incoming 2-2, but I also wanted to make sure that it connected. Now, with this current hand, I do need to DO now. I already have 1 Arrow Barrage, so I'm going to get rid of the second. I do really value Arrow Barrage. Like, honestly, Cavalry Field Captain might have said goodbye, but I also really value Cavalry Field Captain. So having the flexibility of 2 different options depending on what my opponent does. And so far this game, they've done very little. What are they spending their cards on? Reacting to me. So the fact that they're spending all their time in reaction and I'm still this far ahead for 5... Do I have lethal? 5, 6, and then I spend 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5 again. Yes, I have lethal. Fantastic. So the way we do this, just in case they have any interaction, I go this way first. So I swing for 6. I take the level, Hermelion on my 5-5, and I swing for 5. Excellent. There it is. I'm just looking at my hand at the moment. Look, I've got the turn 2, but these aren't the shrines I want at this stage, so I am going to draw again. Kind of got the turn 2 into 3, but I do run 8 1-drops. I would love a 1-drop. So I'm going to hit that draw again. I'm going to see what I can do here. I'm definitely going to start with this one, and I'm going to toss that Valley. There we go. That is an excellent turn 2 pickup. Oh, and another one. Spoiled for choice. Definitely going to play the Temple Guard, though. Against Corruption decks, less useful, because often they can match it. At this stage, I probably don't want the Innkeeper as much as I want the Sentry, because the Sentry can just buff this guy for me. Alright, one of these decks. This can be sometimes annoying. Especially with this can be annoying, but that's okay. What we're going to do here, I potentially misplayed that, so that was a really nice draw there. Just gonna get that shield emblem up, swing in for 4. He's gonna get his Revenant now, that's the way. Excellent, and the Steel Host working as excellent defense against this Woodland Revenant. That's a 1 mana, 2/1, 3 speed, not too bad. It's really that 10 or less life that concerns me, because I am aiming to, push through damage in this type of deck. Ooh, that's going to be strong. Yep. And he can get rid of that 0/1 as well there if he likes. He doesn't like, however. Now, if you have 10 or less life, whenever you lose life or dealt damage, invoke it from your graveyard. So I can temporarily get rid of that. Or I can use the Cavalry Field Captain to trade this off to get rid of it. There's no excellent play here. So I do like this one. So we're going to go with that. With the idea here that this won't trigger it this turn, and he's at 10 life, right? Using this ability, we can actually get him down to no life. Haha. Next turn, assuming he plays nothing. Now, he might well play something, in which case, we've got some really nice removal / buffing with the double Fate's Touch in hand. That's kind of a little bit annoying, but, it's okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take the mana there. All right. So, if I Fate's Touch this dies, right? He can't target this, that's fine. So what I do, Might Emblem here, and then Weakness Emblem here, and now maybe he saves 2 life, or maybe he went face. I actually think that's a mistake. I think he should have saved the 2 life, but I do get to swing for 6. Now he still gets his Woodland Revenant back, which is a little bit annoying. But he's quite close to dead. He does have the 3 levels that he needs for the Demon Overlord effect to trigger, but that's alright. I'm a little bit flooded with shrines here, which is a little bit annoying. I run so few that this is a reasonably rare thing to happen. Whoa, this is a hard one. So that's his whole turn. This will trade. This will also trade. I think I prefer to have the 3/3, right? Yeah. That's certainly a hard question, though. I can't kill him this turn. And when I say kill in this context, I am referring to just triggering that effect. I'm going to hard play the Alabaster. I usually prefer to have it embodied, but at this stage in the game, it doesn't matter too much. I just want to have enough of a board here that I can confidently trigger the 0 life effect for his Demon Overlord. Interesting that he triggered himself. Now, the Holy Radiance is an excellent pickup here, but I think I have a win. 90% sure. I think he's overlooked it. Yes, I do still have a win. Yes, so I order level. It wasn't something they'd overlooked. because they didn't know I had a Holy Radiance in hand, but it is quite useful to be able to do that. And now, pay up to 2, I pay both, just in case, and I swing in with both. Alright, GG, Warrior/Anacon, whichever your preferred name there is. Excellent.